Welcome to the gateway tutorial. So before you proceed with this video tutorial, I recommend you to, if you have not already opened up this page, go ahead and open up this page. So first of all, we need an etcd server. So we can use this command to open up a Docker container. So this will satisfy our etcd need. And so now we have to we need to download this project and put it in this directory. So, and then we need to compile this project. So I have already downloaded this project, and all I need to do is to compile it. So first I run make in the gateway root directory, and this may take a while. So go ahead and sit back and relax. So after make, we will run make UI, and this will download the UI project into our this directory, and it will provide a UI for us. So let's see. Yes, this is pretty much it. So we run make UI, and this is very quick. So we have our UI ready now, and so now we can have our proxy module up in service. So under the directory this, we run this command, and now it is up and running. So the proxy is up and running, and now we can have our API server. So this is the command you want to run inside this directory. Okay, so it is up and running, and then we need to go to the backend directory in, let's see, the backend directory is in command backend. So go into this directory and run it. So run 6 of them to be exact. So this is 9000 port 9000, and so and this one is port 9001. So and so on. So we now have 6 of them up and running. So 6 backend servers providing the same service. Okay. Now let's see. Let's see. So now we can visit we can visit the UI page. So the UI page is in, let me check. Tutorial. Yes. So you can visit this URL, and it is here. Do not try to access this, otherwise you will visit the wrong page. So currently this UI is front-end UI is in Chinese, but later on there may be some internationalization. So wait for it. And now we are at our home. So there's API, cluster, server, routing, plugin configurations. So first, we need to create a cluster. So a cluster is a concept of which consists of many servers that provide the same service. So you can see here, I have already created a host service cluster. So you just click here, add one cluster, and you will be directed to this page. And you just name it cluster host service. Name it whatever suits your need. It doesn't matter. And this is the load balance algorithm. So currently there is only round robin. In the future there may be other load balance algorithms. So you click submit, and it will be into effect. So go to the server page and select the cluster we just created, and so add these three servers. And so these three are of the 6 which we have just spun up. So in each of them, add these configurations. So this is pretty much straightforward. This means maximum request per second. And this is the health check mechanism. So basically, the proxy module will visit this URL every 5 seconds, and so if the response contains OK, then the server is healthy. If there is some glitch and the response is not OK, then the proxy assumes that the server is done, and that server will no longer receive any redirected requests. So, and yeah, this is pretty much it. And you click modify, and then it's success. So do the same for these two. Okay. So so last, we need to set up our API configurations. So you see that I already configured them, and so let's see. So you name your API, name it whatever suits your need. So match all in the match rule means if and only if a client's HTTP request meets this API's URL pattern, method, and domain, then it will follow this rule and be redirected to the backend service. So the domain name we can say is tckr.com. So so this domain is actually the host field in the HTTP header. So the URL pattern is the HTTP request URL, and method is get. So before we go any further, I'd like to show you the backend service. So this is based on the Echo web framework. So it returns the host field in the HTTP request header, and the backend server which handled its request. So click next. So select the cluster we have just created, and remove this field. So select. So this is pretty much default, and you don't need to do anything. And for now. So then, so you can ignore this now. This is for the plugin tutorial. So you can actually remove this. Okay, so now it is into effect. So I use Postman to do the work. First, create a new tab and local host. So our port is 80. So you can just omit 80 because it's the default. So the URL we just specified is host. So and then we need to add a field in the header. So the host we want this request to be sent to is tckr.com. So tckr.com corresponds to the backend server. So yeah, it's their domain name. And then let's see how this works. Yeah, so there you go. You have your response. So you'll see that almost every time you click send, the port, the response server changes. So just now it's the third server, and now it's the first server, and then it's the second server. So the reason for this is because of the load balance algorithm we adopted, ROD. This is because of the load balance algorithm we adopted. So that's what round robin does. And now, so we can see the backend server. So they are pretty busy. So every 5 seconds, there is a check request, and so since our backend service is not down, it returns status code 200. That means okay, and yeah. So this is yeah. So this is the end of our tutorial. So if you find this useful, please give a like. Bye.